Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to twitch.tv/HobbyBoxBurns. I am Joe Burns, HobbyBoxBurns, and we are here tonight to play some more Final Fantasy XIV Online Stormblood edition. We are in the Post-Stormblood world here. The bridge content that goes between Stormblood and the most recent expansion, Shadowbringers, or the current expansion, with Endwalker on the horizon here, as about to rise from the ashes come fall. I'm working on, I always use we, because we're a team, we're working together here. But I am working on trying to get us to Shadowbringers, and through that, and caught up with the story prior to getting to... I suppose we should get through this because we're probably going to have to wait here. Yeah, 21 people in queue. So tonight, the focus, I think, last time we streamed FF14, just sort of chilled and did some fishing and mining and botanying. But tonight, we are going to try to push things forward here. I am going to be a Dragoon most of the time. Might switch it up to Red Mage at some point. And the whole focus is going to be to continue to push the story forward, to get to Shadowbringers. One thing I would like to do is stream the story of Shadowbringers on this channel, and hopefully finish it up prior to us getting to... prior to Endwalker for sure. But we'll see what happens. There's a lot of content there, and might not be able to conquer all of that on stream. But I hope you are all having a great Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday evening. So as always, first things first, we're going to check. We did sell one thing on our retainers because I'm keeping track of my items for sale here. And so we'll see what it is Paulina sold in Ishgard. Ooh, titanium mail of Fending. All right, let's get some of that sweet, sweet gil back for that then. Let's do this. Oh, it won't let me do it the easy way, so I have to do it the hard way. All right, so that puts us in the bottom right-hand corner at 3.07 million gil. I could buy a house if I had the opportunity to and wanted to. I don't know if I really need a house. I don't have enough stuff to put into it. I have debated, though. Possibly getting an apartment. This is the Doma Inn room. It's going great, Zach. How are you tonight? Yeah, that's just the Kugane, which is the portion of Doma that has the town. That's the apartment, or the inn room. Sorry about that. Nope, I did not buy anything yet. Like I said, I might get an apartment at some point. I just don't have use for a house yet, I don't think. So let's get settled in here. So the goal tonight is going to be trying to push forward the main story quest. And when last we were here, we were... zoom in a little bit. Okay. When last we were here, that was off stream that I advanced to here. But right now, we are searching for someone. There is rumors that one of our former compatriots is around. Probably going to be some hefty story spoilers. So if you don't want that, might not be great. Oh, and there is like an insane jumping puzzle, supposedly, to get that sightseeing log up there. I still have not figured it out. Those people, I think, are working on it up there. A couple people failed. Let's see. Let's watch. Oh, yeah, see, that's such a, it's a difficult jump to make. One of 5 made it to that second level. And that one got sick of waiting for their friends. Screw this. So what's new with you, Zach? You having a good evening? I see that you said you're good. That's good. Alphino, what do you have to say? Simply utter the word pawnbroker and a score of them gather around you. Finding our man may not be quite as simple as I thought. Pushy pawnbroker. A Rogadan samurai and a maiden? Never seen him. Now, if you don't have any business with me, make way for someone who does. This doesn't seem to be the pawnbroker you seek. This isn't the pawnbroker you're looking for. Yugiri, what do you have to say? I have yet to identify the pawnbroker in question. Have your inquiries proven any more fruitful? Not yet. Yamabuki. If there is aught you seek, you need look no further than my shop. Come, come, and find all that your heart desires. Which, he says that, and then it's like, all he has is dye. Oh, Gaishal greens, sorry. He does have Gaishal greens. And a paper parasol, so I could have an umbrella. And some live shrimps for bait. We have a pleasant pawnbroker. He's going to be nice, probably. Welcome, good madam, welcome. Will you be buying, or... You just had some steak and a baked potato with a salad. Nice. Now you're just surfing the web. What does it cost? A fee to switch servers? I think you get one free one. And then after that, it's like $5 or $10, I believe. And that's only if you're like, yeah, that's only if you're switching your home, like server. If you're on the Primal data center, you can then, or whichever data center you're on, you can move to whichever ones you want to on that data center by going to one of the main Aetherites. Ah, so you have heard tell of the Rogadan Samurai's katana. Small wonder, it is a fine example of its kind. One moment. You're on Genova? Okay, so yeah, so you're on the Primal server too. Or Primal data center, I believe. Genova's on there. There, I hope you found our pawnbroker. Excellent work, Callista. And that is the katana? Ooh, how much is this gonna cost us? There can be no doubt it is Gosetsu's blade. The craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you will be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. There is no ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. The blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return. Yet it is not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to rebuild. I'll pay. Nay, my friend, grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well. Yugiri, wait. The scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. Master Alphino, your kindness is touching, truly. Yet, in matters of coin, would Mistress Tataru not expect to be consulted? Come now, our friend would never have relinquished his blade were the need not great. And are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I am sure Tataru will wholeheartedly agree. It is settled then. You have made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you'd be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. If I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He is our friend, and we would return his weapon to him. Okay, yeah, you should probably leave Spoiler Town. That's great. Thanks for stopping by, Zach. Have a good one. I'll be back streaming on Friday night, and most likely do Xenogears again on Friday. So that's the plan anyway. A friend of yours, you say? I see. Well then, I suppose there can be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum than his pretty young companion began clamoring for dango. I duly recommended those served at the Uminenko tea house, and thither did they set off. Clamoring for dango? Can these truly be the same people? It makes no sense. Some manner of code, perhaps. But it avails us not to speculate. Let us go to this tea house and see if we can pick up their trail. To the tea house. I wonder how much the blade was. If you're looking for your friends, you could do worse than to try the Umineko tea house. Umineko tea house. I make no guarantees, of course. Bum, 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 bum. I do like the music in Kugane. One of my favorite songs in the game is the music in Yangzhai, which we heard at the end of the stream last time. As we flew over to... where actually we probably will be back by Doma Castle Enclave. Because that music is phenomenal. For obvious reasons. Alright. The Gosetsu I knew had little time for tea houses. No wine. This is the proprietor of the tea house. Let us find out what she knows. But of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down dango as if her life depended on it while the old samurai looked on. Not quite what he expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of the reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the Shiokaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. So Gosetsu makes for Doma. But this woman who travels with him, the more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yotsuyu. I get a green tea set. Oh shit. My inventory is not in a good shape right now. What all do I have in it? All sorts of crap. Oh, this. Alright, well let's take a look at this raw bond minion here. Gilgamesh. Where is he? Oh, next page. What up? Oh, GG. Wind up Onion Knight. Oh, there he is. That's awesome. Oh, that's so great. Alright. We're gonna rock with Raban here a little bit. Oh, whoops. We gotta talk to Elfino first. I was like, well, where the heck did the quest go? Are you Giri? While doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier, and make ready to sail. With luck, Alice will already have joined Master Soroban and Mistress Tataru there. We are about to the point where we've gotten rid of the sprout. Long time coming. Here's the crew. I watched Kyoto meet with his Imperial associate, and I have to say I'm impressed. He has sycophancy down to a fine art. The others all did their part. I am truly blessed to have such dependable comrades. Alright, do we get voice acting here? I'm gonna guess we do. Nope. Excellent timing, my friends. Mistress Alice arrived mere moments ago. All went well at my end. Kyoto met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way to some new information. It seems the troops who recently arrived in Kugane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here have been kept in the dark. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, I'd say they picked up Gosetsu's trail. Then your information matches ours. We are quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland. I'm sorry, did I hear that right? You used Scion funds to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price? Aye, well, we were in some haste, and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here is the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid. It's gonna be, like, insanely high priced, right? Doll's beard. You agreed to this? Give me strength. Well, it's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. But Alphano, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as you get back. Promise me. Oh, very well. I shall call upon you as soon as I return. First, let us go to the Ruby Price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. Alright, so I believe we just gotta leave. Oh, we're gonna have a duty here, huh? Judging by her reaction, Mistress Tataru is none too pleased. I apologize if the katana has caused strife. No, Alphano caused strife. What is the going rate for a priceless weapon, I wonder? And now I know who not to ask. Mistress Tataru seems in low spirits. Happily, my latest venture may prove just the tonic. She already left. I wanted to see if she'd spill the beans as to how much it was. Tataru seemed rather vexed, did she not? Ever the melodramatist. I'm sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when next we see her. But I digress. We have work to do. Alright, let's see how tough this might be. Some of these duties, especially because I'm a noob, can be pretty hard. A noob who's played the game like 200 and... No, more than that. Lots of hours. Too many hours.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries.
Well, this does not look good.
What's going on out there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans.
Karuka.
The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy.
Really?
We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
I mean, we could just fly over it, really. But we need to take the fight to the Empire more, I suppose. We can't let them get foothold here. They'll get to Doma. Yeah, so that totally is like the type of gunship that's crashing on the Endwalker, video when Xenos and Fandaniel are watching.
No love for the Confederacy, but with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless
Yotsuyu is on that island.
Oh. Okay.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
I think Alize is probably my favorite of the Scions now.
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
Yes. Yes, it shall. Ninja Turtles unite.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
I mean, we can fly on my mount.
It is the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
Oh, so...
come.
That was so goofy. Alright, at least we don't have to swim. Cough, cough.
An opening. Your defense is lacking. Leave
Whoops,
this
shit.
to me.
Wrong bar. Already a good start. Can I fight these guys? Oh no, I can't. Shit. Oh, I have to be able to target them, right? Oh shit. I screwed up. I screwed up everything. I might need to move my gauge because it's a little bit hidden. The way that my screen scrunches here compared to my other TV is causing issues with being able to see where I'm at. There's Gotsetsu and Yotsuyu.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Does she have
Stay back,
amnesia?
Tsuyu.
It seems like she has amnesia.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gozetsu!
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan. Eliminate hostiles. All forces, attack!
All right. You guys are going to go down like a bunch of chumps. I am a little stunned. Let's see here. Alright, I gotta hold on to my second jump a little bit here. There we go. We're about ready. I'll pull out a little bit here. There we go. Alright, we gotta get this going again. Alright. We got a little bit of time left till we can get... There we go. Eye of the Dragon going. Or Nostron, sorry. Won't be able to get it in a second time, but that's okay. Another one. I don't think I'm going to be able to get behind it. Oh no. Ah, he moved before I could get the bonus for being in the rear on that. Gotta get back behind that a little bit. to get a little bit more going there. Then we'll be able to get Nostrand off again here.
The art of my forebears.
Tearing through this guy pretty fast. Oh, more. Oh, I wasted that a little bit. How many are there? 3 of them?
Focus. Release.
There we go. Alright. Targeting has been a problem on here for some reason. But we're okay now. Alright, he's dead. Alright. I mean, health-wise, I was doing a lot better than the rest of the group was. Which is a little rare for a Dragoon, but we'll take it.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens.
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
Very friendly mask.
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Okay, huge spoilers, probably. I mean, this is already pretty spoilery.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides, which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time.
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Garlean witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, aye. And I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Judge what?
Her fate.
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
Really hit that.
'Twas a name
Tsuyu.
given out of necessity
Tsuyu.
whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
I think we earned our way, Mr. Pirate Tollman. What does she have to say? Are you coming with us? With you and yours at our side, we have naught to fear. Thank you, my friend. Few suffered more at Yotsuyu's hands than Gosetsu. If this is his wish, so be it. As Tansui says, we should move on. It would not do for Yotsuyu to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she will already be waiting with the boat at the nearby pier. Let's go and see if I'm right. All side quests to do later. Oh, fall damage. Pretty hefty fall damage, too. Everyone's staring at me. I understand I have the scions to thank for my katana's safe return. A samurai's blade is his soul, and no words will suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with mine. A bow is all we need, Gosetsu. And here she is, just as I anticipated. I am only surprised she agreed to hold off until the Empire withdrew. Are we certain she is... Oh, now I'm doing Gosetsu's voice, the real Yotsuyu. Gosetsu lives. All other considerations should pale next to that, and yet... Gosetsu, thank the gods you're safe. It was all I could do to watch the battle from afar. And it was all I could do to oh gosh, I can't do... Can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Callista is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me, we need to talk about her. Greetings? They tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine, but I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off you, not for a moment. These people are strange. Are you sure they're your friends? I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear. All right, if you say so. Right, 'tis past time we set sail. I, for one, would not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Aye, the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest you forget, the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsuyu either. I shall deliver you to familiar shores near Isari, but out of the villager's sight. in our Ninja Turtle ship, sailing on a half shell. Here is where we part ways, my friends. I pay the remainder of your journey. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Callisto, when you are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to fill the Scion's coffers and restore the smile to Mistress Tataru's face. So that's the thing about, like, Soroban and the Kojin, is that they're all about, like, profit. They're, like, very, very trader-esque group. Oh, come along, Tataru was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? Far more than you think, plainly. A blade like Gosetsu's is worth a fortune, enough to buy a house and furnish it, which you would know had you bothered to check the price. What? I had no idea. This business venture of Soroban's, you will give it a fair hearing. I trust he has been good to us after all. As for me, I think I shall look into drawing upon my personal funds. So it is a side quest, but it's like a side quest that unlocks things. Soroban is about to present you with a proposition you would be a fool to refuse. Are we going to be like... Is this like the Godfather? You would know more of my venture. Excellent! I should be glad to tell you all I know, though perhaps it would be easier to let our anonymous client speak for his or herself. Here, the missive. For the Ruby Sea and all who call her home, we seek the aid of the warrior who laid low the Lord of the Revel. But first we bid her make haste to Hell's Lid, and quell the only that dwells in its deepest depths. Should she succeed in this test, we shall speak of the true endeavor and consummate reward. A strange proposal, though it must be noted that they knew both of your deeds and of our part in them. The Red have no love of trickery, so I doubt it a trap of theirs. And should this client have honest intentions, then for the sake of these waters it may behoove us to engage them further. As for their test, enclosed with the missive was a magic dagger, along with instructions as to how it may be used to open a hidden passage into the depths of Hell's Lid. I should mention that this dagger is old and exceedingly valuable. That our client was willing to entrust it to us without a guarantee of our cooperation bespeaks considerable wealth, and more importantly, considerable reward. If you are willing to undertake their trial, I shall journey to Hell's Lid and prepare to open the path. But given the financial incentive, I think it for the best if I went and fetched Mistress Tataru. Wait for us there, then. Alright. I was going to say, Hell's Lid is actually... like over here. Right? Or down here. Yeah, right there. So we'll progress this here forward to where it goes. And we might at least do that. I'm guessing it's going to unlock a duty. So we'll at least have that in our back pocket to do. T. He's absolutely mortified, isn't he? Well, maybe he'll think twice before making his next grand gesture. If he ever missed an opportunity to show me how much more mature and responsible he is, I'd sympathize. I mean, I do to a point, but that doesn't mean I'm about to let him forget this. I confess I have never had much cause to consider the state of my personal finances. Until now, confound it. Another time, Suyu. Our path takes us in a different direction. She wants more dango? Are we going to that village? They might have dango. Elation and trepidation. Yugiri is eager to see Gosetsu safely back to their master. We must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receive us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow us swiftly as you are able, and join me on the outskirts of Namai. So I thought something was actually coming up, but it was just with the cute little cat mount. I think that's one of them that's purchasable. Speaking of mounts, which one will we get? Ahriman. Alright, so down to here to unlock this duty at least. So yeah, there's that whole island down in the bottom corner that we haven't unlocked yet. So I wonder if this is unlocking that. And that is Hell's Lid. Aptly named. So yeah, I think there's 40 quests in between that were split into like 5 patches. And we are on the second patch worth of quests here. In between Shadowbringers and Stormblood and Shadowbringers. Volcano. Are they Hawaiians we're helping? Malakaliki Maka. Whoa, here we go. The other person's going here too. Hope you haven't been waiting long, Callista. My apologies for the delay. I thought it best to explain everything to Mistress Tataru on the way. Honestly, all he had to say was that he'd found a way to make up for Alphino's obscene expenditures. No matter how reckless or dangerous the scheme, if it balances the ledger, I'm all for it. So there's a bunch of monsters living beneath us? What kind of place is this? Well, according to ancient legend, Hell's Lid is where the hero Tenzin defeated a host of Oni. Oni were foul, evil beings that tormented the peoples of the Ruby Sea, and this island was home to many until Tenzin, together with the 4 lords, drove the Oni into the sea. For his heroic deeds, Tenzin was showered with riches. He then journeyed deep into the mountains, far from the realms of men, and lived in solitude with his companions, happily ever after. Ever after. And now Callista's being asked to drive the Oni away again? You misunderstand. What I told you was a fairy tale. To the best of my knowledge, no one has ever seen an Oni. If anything, many assume the tale refers to ancestors of the Kojin. So what you're saying is that you've got no idea what's waiting for us down below. In that case, I'll leave this to the experts. If you need me, I'll be hiding behind that rock over there. Bye-bye! Bink, 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 bink. By experts, I presume she means you and your adventuring companions? I do hope you were not counting on me to join you in the fight. Why not, Soroban? Do your best. So what's the name of this duty? Hell's Lid. I mean, it makes sense. So we'll wait on that for a little bit. We'll maybe queue on that later. And to save time, instead of traveling to Namai, we will teleport to Namai. Oh, shoot. Helps if I don't hit buttons to Cancel our teleportation. Giri. All is well? Good. The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed. Quietly, if you please. Doesn't seem like it's going to go very quietly. Okay. Straight to the Hall of the Fierce. Nice. Straight to the point. Lord Hien.
My Lord Hien, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene
There's
before,
that theme.
have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications.
It's a diplomatic way to put it.
Rise, my friend. Tell me everything.
Well, you see, there was this thing and the thing, and then the thing fell on the thing, and we found the thing, and we floated in the thing.
The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture, or her death.
You seemed a little happy with the word death there.
Are you a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
Do you have Dango?
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Suyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl, and listen to Yugiri.
I mean, from like a height standpoint, he is like father height to like young girl
From
height.
a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel. If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
I mean, she's bad news no matter what. I would shudder to think that she is going to lead to anything positive happening. Ha 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 ha. Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. We are lucky indeed to have friends who would journey to the other side of the world to help us, and repeatedly at that. We have much and more to think upon, but as regards the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your absence. It looked pretty barren when we were there last. The rebuilding effort proceeds apace, I'm pleased to say, and we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire it, there is a place here for those who fled to Eorzea. We should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Hien, and I have no doubt that your subjects at Revenant's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them. Oh, it's nothing. I just thought that Gosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now. And there they are. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Jifuya is nowhere to be found. Oh? He was here when I arrived. For now, we have taken Yotsuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word. That does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you. We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers here if they know anything. I will join you. With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you will be better able to coordinate our response. Ha! And there I was thinking I was in charge. But you have the right of it. Go on, then. I will mind the house. Power nod. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so gotta talk to all the folks. What does he have to say again? All here know Jifuya well. His movements will not have gone unnoticed. Haname! You seek the captain? He passed by a little while ago. I wondered if I should tell someone as it happens. He did not look well, you see. I asked if aught was the matter, and he told me the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks. Owie! Doma has only begun to rebuild. I can only pray that we do not suffer another war. Subaru! Callista, honored friend of Doma, how may I be of service to you? Oh, that's right. You're the person that just answers questions. Alphino, what do you have to say? It should come as no surprise, but a number of the soldiers here were unsettled by Yotsuyu's arrival. Thankfully, Lord Hien was able to put their minds at ease, for now. Alright, Kaidate. Captain Jifuya? He was headed for the northern entrance when I saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need him, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggested as much to Mistress Alise when she came here asking earlier. Is something amiss? Oh, there's a Falcon Porter here now. That was not here before. At least as far as I knew. Could be I just breezed by it. I probably just flew in through the ceiling or through here and didn't notice. Alise, I see the trail led you here as well. This man says he saw Jifuya leave. Aye, the captain went outside some few bells ago, and looking quite unwell, I'm sorry to say. This I mentioned to Lord Gosetsu, who straightways struck out after him. I hope they will be all right. Gosetsu, too. Seems everyone is bent on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting. You go on, Callista. Elfino and I shall hold the fort. Alright. Yeah, let's fly. Hey, our unicorn. White mage unicorn. And where are we going? Over here. And I'm searching for Jifuya. So there's gotta be in this red area. A spot somewhere to search or something. Let's see if we have to go on like top of the wall or something. Nope, it's down below. Oh, there we go. There he is.
Ah! By the Kami! Your Lord Ian, leave me. Leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
I don't know how we beat them here.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
I had to...
You have your reasons,
Shit.
I'm sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
Oh, weird.
By the Kami.
Small world.
She worked in my establishment.
Doing what?
Her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her.
Gross. Jeez, that is gross.
He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman.
So, I mean, they already tried to really get you to empathize with her. But it's like she did such horrible things. Like, maybe there could be some form of redemption now that she doesn't remember things and could be reprogrammed, but I don't necessarily know that you're really going to ever get anybody to completely empathize with her based on her actions that she made previously.
There was no profession for her. But I knew she would be popular. And so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of Acting Viceroy.
While you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became. Joining the front was meant to be my atonement.
It's too
But
late.
the truth is...
Apologize.
The truth is...
It's too late.
I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath.
Her.
Then as now.
You know, like the movie
I see.
Atonement.
Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post.
It's too late. Apologize.
I trust you have no objections, Yugiri.
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu?
Hmm?
Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
But I will kill him again. Not that she killed him before, but... How you feeling, Yugiri? Forgive me, now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. She is a ninja. Let us rejoin the others. Via teleportation, because we're lazy. Here's the whole crew. Jifuya can't be the only one here with a mortal fear of Yotsuyu. She tormented these people. I thank you for your help in the search. Gosetsu has told me all that transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Jifuyu led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this. The Jifuya I know has ever been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yotsuyu casts a shadow over the realm. But the question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. Ooh, we can get a zo steak. Takoyaki! I really want to like takoyaki. And tofu pancakes. Or just elegant silver pieces. While you were out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Fluminus. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugiri, Callista, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Mm-hmm. Alice and I would fain play our parts as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Hakuro, I believe. Then I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well, we shall depart at once. Do take care. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yotsuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Callista and Yugiri. Well, well. Guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I have seen it all. To Castrum Fluminus, then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. That's actually on the other side, right? Yes. So we have to go up to Yangsha. Or I suppose we could be super lazy and just teleport to Namai. It's faster. So it's not just, you know, laziness. Speed. Speed. Yeah, we'll fly on Midgard Solar. Oh, it's still night. I was hoping we were going to get the daytime theme of Yangsha, which is one of my favorite songs. We will after the battle at Castle Fluminus. Castrum, sorry. Castrum. Fluminous. Hey, there's someone. Doma is ill-equipped to deal with an aerial offensive. Should the Empire be so minded, the Zela's flying mounts would be our only hope. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum. Those would have to be some very powerful propellers.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say?
So is it really that they don't want to fight Doma, they just want Yotsuyu back? Because then I wonder what Lord Hien would really choose.
Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
It's a word we
Nay,
don't use
that
enough
won't
these
be
days.
necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Dorman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
A new player.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Boom, boom, boom. Cannons firing. New people. I don't think we've ever seen these people before.
Well, that we should be
Asahi.
received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sus Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsuyu's stepbrother.
Ah. Oh!
It seems I need not introduce myself. Not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady.
That was a little creepy, how he
It
said
is
my
true.
lady.
The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it.
Yeah, because it's hard to believe.
I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Doma.
Huh. That's a little bit of a curveball.
Well,
I don't
then,
believe it.
we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
Dramatic camera pan upwards. Here's the music. Peace. After all they have done, never has the word rung more hollow. Let's see what they have to say. Maxima. Lord Hien is magnanimous in victory. Given our nation's troubled history, we did not expect such hospitality. I say, do I stand in the presence of the fabled icon slayer? What an honor. He seems like a snake and a half. We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuka... I wanted to say Yakuza. Yuzuka Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready. As Tanix shows up. Alright, so over to Doma. I think I can fly. Yes, I can fly over to those docks from here. Yeah, this music's lovely, though. I really, really like it. All right. But yeah, I don't trust this guy. Just like I didn't trust Yotsuyu when she was Yotsuyu. I have read much about the architecture and geology of Doma. Words do not do it justice. We already talked to you. Such scenes of devastation greeted us on our journey here, the bitter wages of war. Upon disembarking, we will proceed directly to my hall, where we may enjoy some privacy. Lord Hien and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatman and join us on the other side. Alright, well, let's find out what's gonna happen here. So, like, that's the thing. So, I was watching a replay of somebody playing through... It was like a highlights of them playing through Heavensward. And I forgot how much, like, just crazy dramatic stuff happened in the content between Heavensward and Stormblood. Love this song. As well as how much stuff then happened between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. So it's like, here I was thinking we're just going to have this like nice, chill sort of build to Heavensward. But it's like, no, something crazy kind of has to happen here. So the question is what's that going to be? Ooh, I don't think this was here before. Ethernet access to the ferry docks. Bum, bum, bum. And there's another quest to pick up here. So I believe there is some extent of Kugane, like restoration. Not on anywhere near the level that like the restoration of Ishgard is. But I'm kind of intrigued about what that entails. Well, it might guide my gathering leveling a little bit here. And maybe then trying to level some crafting folks too. Alright, Southern Enclave. Hachisuba. Clearing away the rubble is only the beginning. We plan to fill the area with a host of new buildings to encourage the rebirth of the Enclave. That's one of my countrymen. Hey, Hakuro! Thanks to Master Alphino and Mistress Alice's assurances, the people are reacting calmly to Imperial presence. So it's to be a peace negotiation. I am curious to see what the ambassador brings to the discussion table. The residents took the news of the Imperial delegation well enough. It should be business as usual. Dun, dun, dun. So this is the... Well, other than the Aetheryte in the center, this is the last Aetheryte. Whoa. The One Garden. You've attuned yourself to all the Aethernet shards in the Doma Enclave. Oh, so now I don't have to even attune to the center one. This is cool. This is quite a bit different than what it used to be, I think. After clearing away all the rubble, I asked the builders to join the little islands with bridges. Ideally, I would like to make more extensive changes, but it seems that other projects must take priority. Dun, dun, dun. So, like, before I always used to sort of think, oh, there's quite a few people here. That music outside of here just seems like the music, like it's like coming home kind of thing. Oh, that's a cool little tank. That's awesome. I tune to the Aetheryte. The Doma Enclave. Okay. Nice. It was a pain to get here, usually. Lord Hien has requested that Master Alphino and Mistress Alice also be present at the negotiation. There you are, Callista. So first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. It is a lot better than it used to be. We have an Aetheryte now, courtesy of Onishishu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light's seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. But on to the matter at hand. The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carries weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphino and Alize will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come. I'll be there. I mean, I've already done so much. The last I can do is just go and sit in a room. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kian Khan. The guardsmen will see you in. Ba-na-na-na-na. Kozakura. Precious Reclamation. Kozakura is working like a woman possessed. Oh, Callista, it is a rare honor indeed to receive heroes such as you. Pray allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kozakura, and I manage the accounts of the Shazenkai. Oh, but you must be familiar with our organization. Forgive me. At present, We are largely concerned with facilitating the reconstruction and revitalization of the Enclave. Needless to say, we have our work cut out for us. It's quite fortuitous, actually, you being here. I had in mind to petition your assistance. Stop bowing! That's what she's saying. Ah, right you are. It's rather difficult to converse while staring at one's feet, and you would doubtless benefit from an explanation. As you may know, the Enclave was once the economic and cultural center of Doma. Alas, it suffered terrible devastation at the hands of the Empire, both during and following the failed rebellion of yesteryear. That it and other ruins might stand as testament to the folly of resistance, extensive reconstruction was forbidden by the Imperial Viceroy. Of course, that is no longer a concern. At long last, we are free to build the Enclave, to restore the heart of our once great nation, and show the world that Doma lives on. But as I said before, we have our work cut out for us. We have limited funds and material resources, not to mention a lack of skilled craftsmen. Which brings me back to the matter I wish to discuss with you, that of our brothers and sisters in Eorzea, the refugees that settled in Revenant's Toll. I am given to understand that they have worked closely with the local leadership to build and maintain much of the settlement. Many knew trades before they left, and those that did not doubtless learned that they might earn their keep. If they were to return home and aid us in the reconstruction effort, it would be a tremendous boon. Would you be willing to speak with them on our behalf? Ah, Callista, taken an interest in the Shazenkai? Oh, Lord Hien. Well, this seems as good a time as any to discuss the matter. I am grateful beyond measure to you and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn for welcoming Yugiri and my people in their hour of need. As the beneficiaries of this kindness, they have made every effort to repay you and the people of Revenant's Toll. Nevertheless, we here bear a responsibility as well. Kozakura, if you would be so kind. Yes, my lord. We will send them a considerable gift as a gesture of gratitude and goodwill. However, I would like that missive to be delivered to the Adventurers Guild representative in advance. If you were to personally hand it to the man, I would be honored. Yes. Excellent. I knew I could count on you, my friend. Pardon my interruption, Kozakura. I look forward to seeing your progress. Oh dear, I hope we don't disappoint him. Anyway, I'll not keep you. Thank you again for the assistance and safe travels. Lord Hien's request takes precedence, of course, but perhaps you can use it as an opportunity to broach the subject of the refugees' return. So, I mean, it's really just a couple of Aetherite jumps. So might as well do it quick, huh? It's easy enough, right? Might as well. And then we'll come back and then we'll push the story forward. Slaffborn! What's this, Callista? Business concerning the Domans? I see. Lord Hien really needn't have gone to such trouble, but I know all too well how much our Far Eastern friends worry themselves over decorum. As for the matter of the refugees' repatriation, and I'll not lie, we've come to view them as family, and we'll be sorry to see them go, many of the other fellow frontier hands especially. So let us do you one better. I shall appeal to their Eorzean comrades and invite them to accompany the Domans on their journey. What they too might aid in the reconstruction of the Enclave. I expect many will jump at the opportunity. A costly thing to send so many people, to be sure, but owing to Lord Hien's generosity, we seem to have found ourselves with a surplus of funding. It's hard to imagine the toll without the Doman refugees. They helped make it what it is today. Bah, what am I saying? This is a happy occasion. Go and tell Hozan the news. I'm sure he'll be overjoyed. Now watch, they don't want to go home. No, they'll want to go back. Oh, is he not here? Oh yeah. He is not in the Rising Stones. Rising Stones. He's behind this? Yes. Oh yeah, Home and Hozan. I appreciate the young one's concern, but as Isildawre has taught me, age has put a barrier in one's mind. What in the world was going on there? These old bones can still put in a good day's work, and the spirit is amply willing besides. How very good to see you, my friend, though not at all expected. You look as though you have something important to say, do you? Yes, I do. I know not what to say. Return to Doma? Has the day truly come at last? Wait here while I summon the others. This concerns them all. See, this is a happy occasion. So we'll get all the happiness out of the way before, all the devastation, which will happen. My word! And they are already making arrangements for our return? Huzzah! Yeah! Oh! 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 Why the long face, Higiri? This is cause for celebration. It is I. Like all of you, I have dreamed of this day since the moment we left Yangsha. But now that it has arrived, I cannot help but think of those to whom we owe so much. Slaftborn, especially. Oh, she's in love with Slaftborn. Doware. Indeed. Even if it were possible to leave this very moment, I could not. Not until I thanked the people here for everything they have done for us. I remember when we first arrived in this land and learned of its troubles. Though disappointed, I understood why no one would grant us shelter. Who were we? Why risk so much for strangers? But this place and these people were different. When all others turned us away, Revenant's Toll welcomed us with open arms. I love Doma and Lord Hien with all my heart, and want nothing more than to return and help rebuild. But I implore you, Hozan, we must first do our utmost to repay their boundless kindness. Never did I intend for us to disappear into the night like thieves and vagabonds. Everything you have said is right and true. All labors we have undertaken will be seen to a measure of completion. That much goes without saying, I am sure. I will speak with Slaftborn and ensure that we have enough days to prepare for our journey. In the meantime, I would encourage you all to prepare gifts and so forth. Very good, very good. It would not do to leave without saying proper farewells, else we would labor under a cloud of regret. At my age, one appreciates every opportunity to put their affairs in order. After all, I may not weather the journey home, much less another one to Eorzea. Ha! Given your constitution, Father, I should not be surprised if you bury us all. If you have no pressing obligations, Callista, might I impose upon you to assist us with our final preparations? Since this is all quite sudden, many of our people may require a second opinion on a farewell gift or something else. All I ask is that you make yourself available for any such consultations. Would that be alright? I guess. I mean, we just have peace negotiations between Doma and the Empire to be a part of, but we can help with finding goodbye gifts. Thank you, my friend. We will look for you near the northern gate. Quickly now, everyone. Let us not keep Callista waiting. Ah! Whoa! Assisting the Doman refugees with their final preparations will take several minutes. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Funny. Well, looks like nobody needs help. This is all it is? Oh, okay, no. Here comes... Is that Hozan? Oh, no, Home.
So kind of you to spare the time to help us with something so trivial. No doubt you have many other important matters to attend to. Anyway, I wanted to ask your opinion on a gift I wish to give a dear friend of mine before leaving. Isildare. You remember Isildare, do you not? Alian's grandfather? Though older than me, the two of them were still going on grand adventures before they joined the Scions. Ah, how I envy his vigor. Though we have done little more than drink tea and speak of our children, I have cherished his company. I miss him truly. Alas, in recent days, his body has begun to get the better of him, and so I was thinking of giving him something for his health. Do you have any suggestions?
Eye drops, a tonic for his memory, anything for his back should do. I mean, probably the back stuff if he wants it for his body.
Ha ha ha, I thought so too, but I am glad to see you agree. I swear not a day goes by without him complaining about his back. It is a great comfort knowing that the Scions are well aware of their comrades' conditions. It shows how much you care for one another. Now then, I must procure the ingredients for my home remedy. My thanks to you.
So I really just gotta... Homemade departs in high spirits, satisfied with your suggestion. This is so weird. That one's just looking around.
Maybe I should ask the Warrior of Light. Oh, hey, there you are.
My friend, if you could spare a moment of your time. The Toll is home to many interests which we owe a great deal, but there is one in particular to which we should definitely pay respects. Rowena's House of Splendors. The house has been an invaluable source of goods and services in both professional and personal matters. I am sure you too can say the same. Oh no, her get up, no, actually. And so I thought to bid farewell to the one representative with whom I have worked most closely. Oh, if you would look to the counter by the gate. The little stare over. I speak of the raven-haired beauty by the gate. Of all Rowena's girls, she has been very helpful. There is a problem, however. I cannot for the life of me remember her name. They all sound so similar. Perhaps it is my Doman ear. Shit. Am I supposed to try to remember? But you know her name, surely. Please tell me that I might have a proper conversation with her before I return to my homeland. Oh, crap. I think it's Ariana. Because Ariana is the one that... Ariana's the one in the middle, though. Which is not... Huh. Maybe it's Aelina. Because Ariana's the one in the middle. Because that's the one we go to turn in tombstones to. I can't look back over. I think it's this one. Aelina, that's it. I remembered as soon as you said it. I knew I was right to ask you. They say you're perhaps the house's most valued customer. Anyway, I had best go and speak with her before I forget again. Daware departs in high spirits, grateful for your assistance. Because, yeah, Ariane is the one in the middle, because that's the one we always go to. The other ones I don't really have any need to. Oh, what else am I going to have to remember? Yeah, I was right. Or maybe I wasn't. I mean, she didn't slap him. So random little things that they have going on here. They were right. This does take several minutes. Callista, have you seen a carbuncle roaming about? Over the course of my time here in Revenant's Toll, I've come to know many adventurers, including an arcanist with a somewhat disobedient companion. It seems every day her carbuncle wanders off on its own, you see, and today is no exception. For a mercy, it will respond to its name, more earnestly when called by someone other than its owner, strangely enough. The problem is, I cannot seem to recall what it was. Some sort of gemstone, I think. Oh, did she say what color it was? Arcanist. Oops. Let's look here. Okay, so Arcanist can have... Ooh, so Arcanist could have either Topaz... or Emerald. I'm going to guess it was... because I can't remember if she said it was green or yellow. So I think we'll go with Emerald here. How silly of me. It was an Emerald Carbuncle, was it not? Of course she would name it that. Thank you for your help, Callista. I will join her in search of it right away. Higiri departs in high spirits and begins calling out for Emerald at once. Alas, oh shit, it was Topaz. It was probably Topaz. Because if it wasn't... I almost had it. I knew it was between those two. Because it wouldn't be an Arcanist if it was the Ruby, because that's for Summoner. How fortunate I am that you are still here. My father told me how you helped him, and I was hoping you might do the same for me. I seek your wisdom concerning Slaffborn of the Adventurers Guild, who helped secure us a place here in Revenant's Toll. Thanks to him, we were able to work side by side with the frontier hands to build these walls and lay these cobblestones. We were given food and shelter, it is true, but more importantly, we were given purpose. We have, of course, already expressed our gratitude to him many times before. I myself presented Slaffborn with a dome and dagger, which I am told he treasures. But now that we must part ways, I feel as though we must make one final grand gesture. A more elaborate, expensive gift, perhaps, or... well, what do you think? I don't know if he's, like, really into flashy things. Maybe just try to stay in touch. Really? We should be glad to maintain our relationship with Slaffborn and the Toll, but do you truly believe that in of itself is enough? Perhaps you have the right of it. Considering the lengths he has gone to ease our burdens, spending exorbitant sums on farewell gifts may only frustrate him. Besides, whatever we purchased would come from the Eorzean markets. Better to wait until we have returned to our homeland that we might send him something more Doman. Dried persimmons from my village, perhaps. Hosan's eyes sparkle as he considers the possibilities, clearly satisfied with your suggestion. So I only screwed up with Higiri. I feel bad. How go your efforts, brothers and sisters? By all accounts, it went quite well, and we have you to thank for that. You are no too kind, my friend. Higiri's pissed. Hosan, you were going to meet with Slafborn one last time, were you not? We were hoping you would allow us to accompany you. If so, please let us know when you do. That said, perhaps we should speak with Slafborn sooner than later. I cannot think of any reason to delay. Callista, I know I have imposed upon you enough, but might I ask you to accompany me as well? So do we want Crimson Cider, Sautéed Green Leeks, or Odin? So for... it'll be one of these two probably for Dragoon to be most useful. Let's do critical hit and direct hit rate. Yep. Armor of Slaying. I mean, yeah, these pears. Oh, I can eat these. Huh. Let's see. Oh, I'm actually close to being able to make this. Alligator salad, huh? Oh, and that's good for perception. Huh. Close. I'm like at level 19 with... no. 14, 15 with Culinarian? So let's put close in air quotes. Okay, Hosan. Let's finish this up. Hosan has 1,000 things to do. We should pay our respects to Slafborn while we and the others have time to spare, would you not agree? In that case, I ask that you go on ahead and wait for us with Slafborn. I will require a moment to gather the others, but I do not expect it will take long. Judging from the way I've seen the Domans running about, I gather they're busy with preparations for their long voyage. Yeah, that's right. It is as you say, Master Slafborn. The day many of us thought would never come has arrived, and now we make ready to return to our homeland. Let me assure you, however, that we have no intention of abandoning our responsibilities. My people have either completed their labors or ensured that others may easily do so in their stead. Earnest as ever. I'm grateful, truly, but you needn't have gone to such trouble. Revenant's Toll. Gods, when I think back to what this place once was, how it's changed and what it's become, I can't imagine it without you lot here. You made this place what it is, same as we did. None would dare say different. Tragedy drove you from your lands and delivered you to our shores, but from that tragedy came a new beginning, a hope that we shared with every soul that passed through our gates. And that, my friends, is more precious than any riches. I pray you carry it with you to Doma, and that it grant you strength when you have need of it. We will, Master Slafborn, I swear to you, we will never forget this blessed place. You gave us the opportunity to work with the frontier hands to build Revenant's Toll. All the skills and experience we gained we will put to good use in rebuilding the Enclave. And then, when we have finished, I pray you will come and visit. Aye, we would be honored to receive you and any other man or woman and child of Revenant's Toll. Let this not be an ending, but another new beginning. The beginning of a lasting relationship between our two homes. That is my dream for the future of our peoples. As we built these walls stone by stone, may we build it together. Ha ha ha! Well said, well said. Damn it. If we keep on like this, I'm liable to start bawling, so let us move things along. I hope you won't mind another parting gift. The lost treasure of Revenant's Toll, courtesy of your younglings. The foreman is expecting you. A most surprising but welcome gift. We shall endeavor not to drink it all at once. We will collect the bottles to return to our preparations at once. Thank you, Master Slaffborn. And thank you, Callista, for everything. He's got some good hair. Before you go, I've a favor to ask. Well, Flahamin, actually. She wants you to bring Yozan and his friends to her, up in Rowena's cafe. The wine's for the adults, you see. She's got something else for the children. I doubt it'll take too long for you to find him. You have a knack for this sort of thing, after all. My thanks to you. Once you find Yozan and his friends, please take them to Flamin. She's waiting with a special surprise. Alright, now we gotta find these kids. Not up there. I mean, before they were usually back behind these buildings here. Yep. Oh, hey there, Miss Callista. You're not here to say goodbye, are you? It's not fair. Why do they get to decide it's time to go back? I mean, I miss Doma too, but they should have asked us first. Huh? Miss Flamin wants us to come to the cafe? Whenever it is she thinks we did, we... Oh, it's not like that? Well, alright then. With me, guild members. Miss Flamin needs us. You too, Miss Callista. Bum, 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 bum. So I think it's like up above, if I remember correctly. Here we go. And there she is. You came. I've been waiting for you all so long. All members of the Doma Adventurers Guild reporting for duty. So what's the adventure? Monster hunting? Garlean gold? Oh my, nothing so dramatic. Rather, I wanted to give you all a reward. A reward? Really? A reward for your many deeds and service to Revenant's Toll. When the frontier hands needed a helping hand, you were there. When there was no one else to look after the younger children, you were there. And through it all, each and every one of you carried out your duties with a smile. That is why you are more than brave adventurers. You are heroes to the people of the Toll. Heroes deserving of a very special reward that so happens to be right over there. A bunch of weeds? Treasure! Wow, look at these! Grenades. That's what I always wanted. Hats. Look, Miss Callista, she got us matching hats. We'll make them the official uniform of the Doma Adventurers Guild. They suit you, little ones. Wear them with pride. Hoary Boulder. And Coltonai. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonay, I thought you were away on important Scion business. Recently returned, and it is a good thing we are. We heard of your impending journey and hoped to see you before you left. We are both very happy that you will finally return to your homeland. They have great need of stalwart adventurers like you and you lot there. But I don't want to say goodbye. Then don't. There is no need to. You're adventurers, are you not? Adventurers never stay in one place, for it is not who we are. We walk paths all our own, never truly beholden to any one nation or creed. So don't say goodbye, because we may, nay, we will meet again. You'll see, we'll become the most famous adventurers in Yanxia, and then we'll return to Eorzea and become famous here too. Everyone may know the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Warrior of Light, but just you wait. Years from now, they'll all be talking about the Doma Adventurers Guild. Ha ha ha! I'm looking forward to it. Grow strong, grow famous. Lead the tales, little ones. We must get going, but thank you again for making the arrangements. Take care. Ah. Right! We mustn't neglect our training. Find the heaviest crates and carry them to the horsebird carriages. Miss Callista, Miss Flamen, thank you for the caps. We'll take good care of them. I mean, I did nothing. I just led them here. That's kind of sad, though, because, like, they probably filled the hole for Flamen with Minfilia being gone. You would think I'd be used to it by now, having to see your children off, but... yeah, that's sad. That's super sad. Whoa. Alright. Are we about set to head back? Hozan. The children are delighted with their new hats. Miss Flamen could not have chosen a better gift. Preparations are proceeding apace. Slaftborn and the guild have finalized arrangements for the ship, so once we have finished here, we need only make our way south. How many times have I thanked you, I wonder? Not enough, that much I know. Thank you, Callista, from the bottom of my heart. You are and ever shall be a true friend to Doma and her people. Horse, I expect you will find yourself in the Enclave before us. If so, I pray you tell Kozakura that we shall join her soon. Alright. Until we meet again, my friend, and if you should find yourself in the Enclave before us. Yeah. Oh, no. Matching hats. What a sweet gesture from the Scions. I am sure they will cherish them for years to come. Doware. Where was this supposed to go again? The children told me you took them to see Flamen. I should speak with her as well. I had an idea about exchanging recipes via missives, or perhaps even link pearl. Once I thought this a barren wasteland that would never serve as a home for us. How wrong I was. Alright. Back we... oh, let's see. So are we going to move the crates or what? And while we're on the ship, we'll have plenty of time to train. I don't think that's a good idea. Weren't you sick most of the way here?
There's still a lot of work everyone has to do before we can leave, so let's play until then. Is it true you're all going back to Doma? Ah, losing friends. Back to the Enclave. Every time. Callista, you are returned from Eorzea. They are homeward bound then. It comes as a relief to hear that there were no complications. Thank you for facilitating their return. I shall inform Lord Hien at the first opportunity. We have a mountain of work ahead of us, but with their help I am confident we can see it through, and I hope I can count on your assistance in the future as well. That is the plan. It takes an enclave. She has a proposition for us. Callista, Kami be praised. I was hoping you might pay us a visit. It is, as ever, an honor. Stand up. Once again, I must thank you for helping our brothers and sisters secure passage back home. With so many skilled craftsmen soon to be at our disposal, we of the Shazenkai are ready to proceed to the next stage of our plan to rebuild the Enclave. Which brings me to a rather delicate matter. Perhaps you will find this shameless, but circumstances being what they are, I see no other way. The reconstruction and revitalization of the Enclave cannot hope to succeed without the contributions of wealthy individuals such as yourself. I understand if you wish to refuse outright, but I beg of you, please listen to our proposal in full before you decide. For the sake of Doma and her people, I should be glad to lend a hand. It's no bother, really. Let's hear it. What's in it for me? Oh, shoot. I wanted to do the top one. Thank you, Callista. I shall endeavor to be brief. Where to begin? Of course, it is important that you understand the state of the Enclave at present. I am sure you recall how everything was when you first arrived. Rubble in the streets, buildings in ruin, and so forth. While we have made some superficial progress since the castle fell and Doma was liberated, the scars of the occupation are far from healed. Since antiquity, the kingdom of Doma has prospered from the gifts of the One River. The success of our agriculture and industry is intricately tied to our position here. Alas, in our struggle against the Garleans over the decades, much of what was built over centuries was lost. Fertile farmlands that once yielded produce for export were despoiled, and what little remained could barely feed our people. Quite the rainstorm coming down now. Our foreign rulers did not hesitate to impose their will on local industry as well. Not only were we forced to purchase goods from imperial concerns, regardless of quality or cost, but our merchants were also forced to sell their wares to Garleans at a loss, assuming they received compensation at all. While those dark days are behind us, many of our former trading partners are reluctant to engage us in trade agreements for fear of the Empire's wrath. And so, for the most part, we must continue to fend for ourselves and craft what tools and so forth we require. Or so we would, had we the facilities. Forgive me, it is not so dire as it may sound. Our problems may be many, but we are all wholly committed to the challenge before us. We are not unlike the Shazenso, a hardy herb that can thrive in even the most inhospitable of conditions. And I took inspiration from its strength and stubbornness when deciding upon a name for our organization, in fact. No matter the struggle, no matter the cost, the Shazenkai will do everything in its power to overcome every hurdle and rebuild this home of ours. Ah, please excuse my sudden fit of passion. It was most unbecoming. Anyway, I have spoken of the general state of the Enclave. Let us discuss more specific concerns. Though having said that, it would be simpler if you were to see things with your own eyes. Please head to the worksite north of the Aetheryte and speak to Mitsuba. I shall join you shortly. Mitsuba. No time for games, Kyuka. There he is. The 10,000 stalls. Well, well, you're Callista Tobu, aren't you? In need of a hot meal? Actually, she is here at my behest. I thought it would be best if a potential patron saw our efforts firsthand. If you would be so kind as to explain to her what you do. Oh, foisting the burden onto me, are we? Very well, if you insist. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Mitsuba. Once upon a time, I owned and operated the largest tavern in the Enclave. I had a hand in everything, from balancing the ledgers to stirring the cookpots. Owing to my experience, I've been asked to oversee the work here, in the 10,000 stalls. Doesn't look like there's enough room for 10,000. Small. Does not compute. Ha! That was the exact same look I gave Kozakura when she showed me this place. 10,000 stalls? By the kami, there's not even 10. But mark me, there will be. When we're through, this place will have on offer every imaginable cuisine. Just thinking about it's enough to set my heart racing and my mouth watering. As I explained earlier, however, trade or lack thereof is a major problem at present. We simply aren't getting enough shipments of consumables from outside Yangsha, and so our people are forced to eat the same simple fare day after day. However, once our negotiations with foreign concerns bear fruit, we should be able to exchange whatever surplus we produce for a wider variety of ingredients, bringing us closer to realizing Mitsuba's vision. This may seem like a silly goal to strive for, but by improving the quality of life for our people in a clear, understandable manner, we can motivate them to work harder and tackle more difficult tasks. Doma will not be rebuilt in a fortnight, and we need every victory, however small. We've a bloody long road ahead of us, but we need only take it one step at a time. Whatever help you can contribute to the cause would be welcome. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, Mitsuba. We should head back to the Shazenkai and continue our conversation there, so as not to get in the way of their work. There is not too much left to explain, but if you would indulge me a little longer, I would be grateful. Lots of people chilling here. The 10,000 stalls are but one example of what we hope to build here in the Enclave. Alas, it will take much time and effort. And it will also take tremendous resources. Resources that I pray you will be willing to contribute. Raw materials, foodstuffs, linens, medicines, all this and more would be of use. Anything and everything you can provide to part with would be welcome. Furthermore, as a token of our appreciation, we will provide a small gratuity relative to the value of the items you relinquish. You need only place these items in the donation basket to my left. I will calculate the gratuity and pay you immediately. Okay, so this is a way to get rid of some of the stuff that we collect. The Doma Enclave reconstruction commenced. You may now use the donation basket to contribute unneeded items to the Shazenkai. These items will be used to supply and finance the reconstruction of the Doma Enclave. Further details can be had by speaking with Kozakura. So basically anything we have we can toss over, huh? Well, how about all of our belts? Oh wow, that one's not worth much. Let's see. Okay, yeah, these fish. I'm gonna keep the shrimp. We're not gonna get much out of the fish. But it's better than absolutely nothing, which would happen if we just got rid of them. Oh, really? Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. We pray you will favor us with your generosity in the future as well. I hope this evening finds you well, Callista. If you have any questions regarding the reconstruction effort, the state of the Enclave. Our work has really only just begun. For the time being, we are channeling the bulk of our resources into the development of the 10,000 stalls that we might provide a rich variety of food to the people of the Enclave. As for the Enclave, perhaps this map will give you a sense of how much progress we've made so far. It's empty. So much progress. Okay, so you can reclaim items. I was gonna say. So is there like, so the one thing I'm trying to figure out is, all right, let's see. Okay. So some of this stuff might actually sell for a lot more. But it's basically like you gotta try to max out this, and it would be interesting if there was a way to see like progress, like how much more is needed in order to oh, maybe that's right. Oh no, that's the reclamation bonus. So that's just so I can get stuff back. Hands where I can see. Don't steal stuff. God, I wonder how much I really need to, like, give in order to make a dent in things. I mean, this is helping with my inventory situation, so just making sure, like, because this would be useful if I level up any other casters, which would only be if I do Thaumaturge. So otherwise I don't have any other low-level casters. I did Arcanist already. Or Blue Mage, I guess. That starts at 50, I believe. This I don't need anymore. Nice. That's a good donation. Oh yeah, I don't need these anymore. I suppose, yeah, that's one thing we can look for is I don't need that anymore. This mask I think I'm going to actually glamour. That hat is super cool. See, now it likes like my my hoarding tendencies. I wouldn't say I'm a hoarder. In games, I definitely am, though. I mean, I might need this at some point. Any Dragoon stuff, other than the blue special stuff, is easy to part with, though. So it's really just trying to see if I have any of that left. Most of this stuff, though, is like lumped in with other classes. So 25, 24. So yeah, we don't need both of these, so I'm going to get rid of this. Although it's... Yeah, the purple ones are definitely not worth as much to trade. I need to... Yeah, I need to fix that at some point. And get those all glamored. My blue Dragoon stuff from level 60. Well, these are the ones I'm currently wearing. So I have a level 17 there, and level 15, level 20. Okay. Get rid of the belts. Because it's like, really the question is now, how many of these am I actually going to use? In the before belts are gone in this fall. More Lancer pants. Does not look like it. I did a pretty good job of scouring things previously. Oh, these can go. Oh, whoops. Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Here I thought it was going to let us do that while we're in the menu. It certainly does not, though. Is it just Lancer and Dragoon that are different here? I think so. So those ones are better than these. Oops. But I mean, I can definitely do this in my spare time instead of getting enraptured with it on stream. Get rid of some of these wrist guards. All these wrist guards that I can't possibly need all of them. Same with the rings. Okay, so we are ready to proceed. Hien Khan Guardsman. Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Yes. But that's good to have somewhere where I can actually get rid of some of this stuff that I don't need. Take some time to scour what's in my retainers inventory, as well as my chocobo saddlebags for stuff I don't need. Get a good clear out. That'd be nice.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Doma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend.
But what's the price? Oh.
Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory.
You can say that again.
While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Doma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgian's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection.
Yeah, and that getting summoned was kind of our fault.
Yet even now, there are certain
more than
parties
anything
who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Nice.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history.
These words sound so hollow. Like, so hollow.
My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in Imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder.
That's awesome.
Theirs
Congrats.
was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange.
This is the whole rub here. This is how he wants to try to get Yotsuyu back. Who do they
Under
have,
Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial Army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting Viceroy.
Yotsuyu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand.
Yeah,
It would be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker.
Whenever you're from the Empire.
Very well.
Red flag right
Your
there.
Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Doma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests.
Yeah, unless you are an Elder Scrolls, then support the Empire all you want.
I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
Yes. Let's have our ninja assassin
you have
watch
our
over
gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Hadvar is a cool dude, and the Empire have a much better chance at defeating the Thalmor than the Stormcloaks. Yes. Yeah, I guess. It's been so long since I've played Oblivion. But, like, the Emperor was good in that, too. He just got wrapped up in some weird stuff, if I remember correctly. But that... things, I think, got complicated the deeper you got into it, also, so... But yeah, congrats on the personal best. 4 hours, 42 minutes, 20 seconds. That's awesome. That happened on today's stream when you were practicing. I saw that you went live while I was working. That the Empire should send Yotsuyu's stepbrother of all people. I wonder how he feels, the son of Doma returning home to speak for the oppressors his countrymen drove out. The fact that there are two opposing factions at work in Garlemald complicates matters. Even assuming Asahi and his associates can be trusted, what of the others? Hakuro, whatever Lord Hien's decision should be, I shall abide by it. Yet, I would be glad to welcome my lost brothers back to Doma. It was an hour better than your previous best. That's awesome. Castle and you did a stream. Then he finished and did an FE8 practice draft. Okay. So is that something, are you looking at maybe after you do a couple of drafts with FE7, are you looking at doing other ones too? Or are you more so just a fan more of FE7 and want to just get better at that one? Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had naught to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. You think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the Ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed. Though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in Imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the Kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Callista. Let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. But you're not okay. You're not opposed to doing an FE8 draft? Someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alice company. We are safe enough for now. At least I don't look foreboding. Kian-kan. So you doing any other practices prior to Saturday? Yep, this is very very Japan-centric, this area is. A chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Callista. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. That is true, Alize. So we're left with the eternal question, what to do while they prattle on? Let's do the takoyaki. Maybe on Friday, you have an evening class on Tuesdays and Thursdays? Okay. Get one last run in before the big day on Saturday? So are you going to be streaming the draft from your perspective too, or is it all on Castle's stream? His forgotten home. Alize is pondering how best to make use of your reprieve from the tedium of negotiations. You'll probably stream it on your channel too. Time was changed to 5 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so 4:30 in the afternoon. Cool. All right. For want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words. And it's not as if we'll be missed here. Or will we? Callista, a moment if you would. Ah, Yugiri and Asahi, was it? You have some business with Callista? Business? No. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the woman who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank her for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? Yeah, I guess. We would have no option, so we might as well be nice. In that case, I will join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no final way to learn more about the current state of Doma. It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yangsha. Might we start at the town of Monzen? I would see what has become of Doma Castle. Very well, you will follow me. Oh, so there's another draft race that day and Castle wants to watch it, or most of it. Also an FE7 draft, or a different, or an FE8 one. Or a different one, I guess. That's a cool mount. FE8? Okay. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not the right one. That's not the right one either. There we go. Exit. So have you ever played an MMO before, Lily? Oops, I am going the wrong way. Played a little of ESO as a kid, and this other MMO, which maybe you forget the top of your head, but you could never get into them. Yeah, when WoW, like, the first couple years that it come out, I really got into that. Then I played a little bit of the Star Wars Old Republic. Yeah, I got into Star Wars The Old Republic. Never tried Elder Scrolls Online. Because kind of when that came out, that's when I started getting into this. Because I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Okay. Oh, it's all the way up there. So I will need to travel to here to get over there. You didn't get into Elder Scrolls until early college. Gotcha. Yeah, I really liked Star Wars The Old Republic because I really enjoyed Star Wars. And that one was so much more like Knights of the Old Republic, where it was heavily story driven. And then yeah, I've been playing this off and on for 4 years now. this truly be Monzen, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few to the automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up and protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction efforts should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. Oh. Aggroed this dude. But all this stuff, I'm like 3 levels above it, so should easily... Oh. Should easily be able to take it down. Like, the one thing I would knock this RPG for compared to... Or this MMO compared to, like, WoW or Star Wars The Old Republic is that you really don't have a whole lot of options. Like, if you're playing, like, I'm a Dragoon right now, basically your Dragoon is going to level up the same as every other Dragoon does in the game. Where you have the flexibility is each character can be any of the jobs. So I can, at like will, change to a red mage, and then do like red mage skills, and then change back to Dragoon if I wanted to. So there's flexibility then within it to be different things, as opposed to flexibility within to make like a class more your own. Well, I procced my ability, so I might as well use it. Oh, I need to go that way anyway. Are they? Oh, there they are. I was gonna say, where'd they go? I don't believe for one moment that he came to see the sights of Yansha. The question, what did he come for? Lord Hien would often come here to gaze at the castle. He was but one of many to take inspiration from its majesty. It is a travesty, a travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis. The needs of the people must of course come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat. So is he trying to seek out the Hall of the Fierce? Our hiding place? I'm still skeptical. Still skeptical. Alright. Where... Oh. Well, they didn't come over here. I jumped the gun. They're in the other half of the side. He said he wanted to go to Namai. I figured they'd just go right there. Fly my chocobo over there. There we go. Yeah, chocobos, that's a good way to put it. A giant chicken, basically. Oh, okay. Things are gonna get interesting. Why not an emu? Guess it'd be terrifying for Australians. Yeah, chocobos are a very Final Fantasy thing. This excursion has proved to be more relaxing than I expected. Well, that's about to end. It has been some time since I last visited Namai, yet Issei often visits the Enclave with young Azami, so we do not want for news from the village. Ready to cast off? Alright, well, something's gonna happen. Who will we fight and why? That is the question.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble.
Oh, the red Kojin.
Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were
Evil Ninja
returning from the
Turtles.
Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
All part of the plan. Because the red Kojin have worked for the Empire in the past. So I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing through it. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But let's take them out.
It is nothing.
The Great Emu War. There really was a subreddit. There was like an actual war over emus. I guess I was not familiar with that.
Leave this to me.
Emu War flashbacks. We lost a lot of good men out there. Oh no, I screwed up. I screwed up big time.
An opening.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's interesting. Was it a war between Australia and New Zealand?
The art of my forebears.
Campaign with Australia's been... Oh, so it's actually versus the emus. As long as they stay clumping up here. Strong. Alright, yeah, we've got this one now. Easy. So, campaign with Australia's military versus emus, and they lost. Ecuador can say they won their animal war. They beat the goats. China had a more deadly sense since their animal war contributed to a famine that killed millions. Yeah.
That seems to be the last of them.
You probably should not eradicate your food supply. The Great Emu War.
You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
He hated us when we first met him. Hated us. I mean, but when you liberate a peoples, they tend to change their tune a little bit.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsuyu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
There's some truth to that.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
He's not wrong. I still do not trust him. Huh. I mean, I think this makes more sense for me to say.
I knew you would understand. You have
I still don't
witnessed such
trust him.
change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
So China's animal war was against sparrows, huh? The Red Kojin's presence here does not bode well. We must inform Lord Hien. Part of the Great Leap Forward. Huh. Quite the swordsman, isn't he? I wonder, did the Empire train him to kill before or after appointing him ambassador? Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least, few who lived to tell the tale. Asahi has had his fill of adventure for one day. So the government launched a campaign against certain pests. Sparrows kept the locust population in check. Without sparrows, the locusts ate a ton of crops. Ha! Wah wah. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord, but what of Namai? You seem so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in Imperial uniform, with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would, and with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. So combined with other factors that led to famine, so it was successful, but not in a good way. But not sure if there was active military involved in the sparrow thing. Huh. Yeah, it could have just been scientifically they found a way to cull the birds. Flying our black chocobo now. They got the civilians to hunt them, and not sure if the military did too. Huh. Do your part! Kill the sparrows! Sparrows are evil. Sparrows cannot share in your hard-earned grain. Emus. Losing a war to emus. They are fast, though. So I guess I could understand how it would be hard to, like, pin them down. Especially if, like, depending upon what era of, like, warfare it was. Like, they probably, what, had tanks? And, like, so, like, it'd probably be hard to track down a bunch of emus in a tank and shoot them. And if they're running at full like speed, the amount that you'd have to lead them would probably be pretty insane. Never sorted that. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. I trust you will inform Lord Hien of our encounter with the Red Kojin. If we are to deter them from encroaching on Yangsha, our response must be swift and decisive. You are expected, my lady. Shall I show you in? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Judging by the sparkle in Elfino's eyes, their discussion was riveting. How sorry I am to have missed it. Master Alphanode has shared with us his knowledge of the Icons and reminded us of the threat they pose in so doing. It is strangely comforting to know the Empire shares our concern. Feeling refreshed, I trust. We have considered the ramifications of this proposal from every angle, and I believe Lord Hien has reached his decision. Alright. Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompanied her and Asahi on a tour of Yangsha. I had hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details, so please, tell us how it all unfolded. So you see we were walking, and then we got attacked, and it seemed very convenient that we got attacked, but... The Red Kojin here? Have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Not that I'm aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yangsha, we will need to increase patrols. Okay, so it's even more probable that Asahi paid for them to do the attack. In any event, I am indebted to you fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? I still don't think he can be trusted. Then the question of what his true intention may be remains. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game, for now at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you well recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Those said relics remain there to this day. It is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of aether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of aether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics that they are wont to collect. For this plan, I enlist the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susano. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there is aught we can do to help the Populares garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put right. One which has weighed heavy on my mind. What? There she is, eating dango.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company.
And that was an opportune time to do that.
The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river.
Oh, wow.
Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please. What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so?
Both?
With both, I would say.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough.
I mean, it's not going to be that tidy. I have a feeling something crazy is going to happen. Because nothing's ever that, like, simple.
Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I know his powers of endurance only too well. But after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade.
That's what it seemed like.
I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
If only that were true. Oh, we're gonna get Cyan's theme. Awesome. Oh, we'll get to choose which one of these we want. I already have one of those, right? Oh, just the accessories of slaying. So this will give me the armor. Oh, of fending or maiming. I think maiming is supposed to be... Let's look here. Yeah, maiming. For Dragoon. With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through. So the question is he going to show her to her brother?
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision, then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
This is when the change happens in him, probably.
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango? How dreadful.
It makes me want to try it, though. I've never
Very
had
well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister.
Now he's
Before
gonna
I leave,
kill her?
might you permit me to speak with her in private?
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased.
It's gonna poison her and kill her.
Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
I mean, everything's been fairly straightforward so far. I feel like this is where, like, the turn happens. Maybe not.
Forgive me, my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps I should...
Calm yourself, Gosetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. Maybe not. Maybe it's all good. I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. A part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that, but alas, it is as you say. Tsuyu, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I am a stranger to her. That much was clear to me from a single look. I leave her in your care. As you wish. Now, if you will excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear of our agreement, of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yangsha. This will take time, of course. Of course, you may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until your return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one other matter. I am informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing 2 young Domans from a band of Kojin sellswords. I have not yet had the time to thank you properly. Please, there is no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin, or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Huh. Okay. No crazy turn. Just straightforward. Gosetsu. As before, I leave Yotsuyu to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asahi to a proper farewell. If Yotsuyu is to remain in Doma for good, we cannot keep her confined to this manor. The people must be made to see that she is no longer the monster they remember. I don't know. As we've seen, people are not very forgiving. At least they weren't in Alamigo. Maybe they'll be different in Doma. Still, oh wow. Coming down like cats and dogs. If my dear sister's memory does not return, I pray you will take good care of her. Lord Hien has made a wise decision. Our superiors will be pleased. I wondered if the sight of her stepbrother might bring Yotsuyu back to her. Senses, but mayhap nothing will. Nevertheless, we must continue to watch her until we can be certain that her condition is permanent. The ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Fluminus. Let us be off. Alright, it's going to take us right there. That's nice.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha. Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
Super sus. Yes, very sus. You can tell the moment his face just like went. Rah.
You've nowhere left to run.
Looks like Helgen.
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
Well, I was right for saying that we don't trust him.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the...
Xenos. Right? Yes.
Reinforcement? No, just one! Cut him down!
Oh, good luck with that. Oh, is this where his, like, lust over samurai swords started?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne?
The king of the former king of Doma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos.
So you're a fanboy of Lord Xenos, and we killed Lord Xenos. So that's why you're saying there will be a reckoning?
Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me.
So is he trying to, like, lure us in to, like, kill him to kick off bad things again? The player's wearing a mask. That's true, that is true.
Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Doma and the Empire.
You obviously don't know us.
My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance. I will cherish this moment. Lock it away within my
Apparently
heart.
not. No, nobody can see him threatening us. We're just having a nice chat, you know, just friends. And we're totally not going to just tell them afterwards that he, like, showed his true self and he's really, like, a vengeful douchebag. I mean, I don't understand how... yeah, I don't know. Not really. We kind of work outside of... we don't really have a liege, so we help to liberate Lord Hien's people, basically, and return them back. He was like living in Exodus in a different part of the world, and we basically helped him or liberate this area from the Empire so that he could reclaim the throne that was rightfully his. We don't really have any allegiance to him. We kind of... So, like, me and then these two, and there's a few others, are called the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And the Scions' whole thing is that we're here to try to stop the, well, what the Empire call icons. We refer to them as primals. To try to stop them and to stop the undoing of the world, basically. And then part of it was helping, through all of Stormblood, was helping to fight for the liberation of Doma and then another subjugated area, Alamigo.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
His face got all scary-like, and he was just like, "You killed my lord." And then I was just like, "Oh."
Of all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him,
So,
but
yeah.
I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos.
And so when the sound went and the Warrior of Light went like this, it's a thing called the Echo, where you can see the memories of people. And I'm sure he knew that we could see his memory at that time. Usually it's like a strong memory that they're thinking about at the time that will pop up into your head.
My lord.
Calm yourself, Yugiri. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
It's all an act. Huh? Why doesn't he like me? He definitely doesn't buy it, yeah. It makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it right before the very end? That's what I was saying, Ollie say. Perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, 'tis possible emotion simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the woman who slew his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance and the Garlean prisoners made ready for the exchange. But you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of the exchange draws near, we will call for you. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yotsuyu's amnesia and Asahi's dubious agenda, I'd say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through the sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane, then. Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here. Soon we shall see if Asahi is true to his word. If not, I will be glad to cut out that silver tongue of his. If what you saw of the ambassador is an indication of his true nature, this prisoner exchange may not be what it seems. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder if your encounter with the Red Kojin was more than mere happenstance. See, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. To Kugane. Gotta get my other water. Okay. To the Ruby Bazaar, then. Welcome back, Callista. We heard the good news about Gosetsu. I knew you'd find it. My, it seems you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you will be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We're discussing ideas to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news should come through the office. About that, I wish to apologize, Tataru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. That's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Soroban's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Callista should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. Forgive me, Callista. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I will pay you back. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value. Knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions forming within the Empire. Mayhap Riol and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asahi's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance of that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice have we but to try? Lord Hien has had the right of it. Asahi may very well be a monster, but we must play his game, for now. Naha! Maiming. Although I already have this gear, so I don't really need more gear, but... And we get Cyan Sleep. Ooh. To the Empire. So now maybe we find out what the deal is. Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan. Uh-oh. Is she gonna remember? Or was it all a ruse?
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
I hope for your sake you don't remember, because you're not going to like who you are. Meanwhile, in the Imperial capital... Yes, she was a very terrible person. She used to be...
How are you feeling, my lord?
So she was the viceroy over Doma when the Empire was occupying it. And she used to be... So she is Doman, so she grew up there. But her family was terrible to her. They basically sold her to a brothel. She was mistreated by lots of people, looked down by a lot of the Domans, so she held in all that resentment. So then somehow ended up getting in to the Empire and worked her way up as like a spy, doing espionage things in order to try to get back at Doma. And so then when she was the ruler over all of Doma, she basically treated the people like trash and did lots of atrocious things. And then sort of as we were trying to retake Doma Castle, she tried to kill everybody, but especially tried to kill Gosetsu. But then, like, they both went down in the building as we escaped. And then she got amnesia. And that is Xenos.
Now leave me.
Who is supposed to be dead. So apparently he's not dead. We killed you. Like, the corpse was quite dead. Nice. I guess it's just like comics. They're never dead. So we'll use that to clear that out of our inventory. I will replenish our coffers. You wait and see. If all goes as planned, we will recoup the cost of Gosetsu's blade 10 times over. Whatever Asahi is planning, we cannot let him have his way. After all Lord Hien has done, the Empire cannot be suffered to hinder Doma's restoration. More often than not, it seems opportunity is wont to come knocking when the Scions are about. So long as you and yours remain here in Kugane, I'm certain a profitable venture will present itself. Casting. So casting is what we'll want for Red Mage. And that gear is actually going to be better. That gear is actually going to be something we'll probably put on our Red Mage right away. What is my gear level? So some of this stuff actually might be beneficial to use compared to what I have. Though I do really like my getup right now. Elfino has important news to share. Ah, Callista. Impeccable timing. I never left. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying conditions for the peace set down by the ambassador. For the Garlean's part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangsha. 'Twould seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture. According to the letter, Yotsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave, then. Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru? Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. Alright, to the Doman Enclave. So this is where it all starts to fall apart. So that's the thing. So this is like the story content in between expansions. And every single time there's been like story content in between expansions, like massively terrible things have happened to people that you care about. So I'm kind of just sort of waiting for that to happen here in order to be like the impetus of the conflict moving forward in the next expansion. And maybe this one won't be as dramatic as previous ones. What do you have to say, Hakuro? We have spared no effort to increase the guard of every settlement here in Yangsha. The Red Kojin will trouble us no more. On that you have my word. Yes, show me in. Ah, I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I'd neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear, and despite his best efforts to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Good gods, is he all right? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it's high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once. Callista, Alize, shall we?
Open wide now.
Oh, good.
Please, Tsuyu. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
I've never had one of those.
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
Oh, our friends that all hate me. Fine, I'll leave the room.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... A gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not...
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
Would have been better if it would have been a Titus laugh there. Ha 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 ha.
What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
Well, a couple of them are probably from when you shot me in the back. Is he gonna remember?
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
Oh, she's starting to remember. Oh, there. See, there we go.
Is something wrong, Tsuyu?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Uh-oh.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Indeed. Had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit. But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains. He will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for liege and land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled. Nobody saw the, apparently. This is no pretense. Yugiri, Out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince, so what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask has never slipped, not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening I watched her as she sat in her chambers unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami, a child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me and everyone else, I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she as good as fastened the chains around their necks. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu. Even after weeks of surveillance, it was difficult for me to accept that Yotsuyu's condition was genuine, but not as difficult as accepting Gosetsu's affection for her. The skiff will take us to our meeting with the ambassador. We will join you at the docks once preparations have been made. To the docks! So yeah, this stuff is a lot more story heavy than the main story quest stuff tends to be in the actual expansions, because that's where you're actually unlocking new areas, doing new things there, finding new towns and stuff like that. Oh, we can't fly here. Boo. Oh, we almost got run over. You'd play it if you were into MMOs? Ah, that was the seasonal mount for doing some of the holiday stuff. So you see, she's actually inside it, lifts up the head so she can see where she's turning it. Can you imagine Yotsuyu playing with bulls on the floor? I don't know that we can think of her as the same person anymore. Shall we wait here, then? Lord Hien should not be long. Such a weird, fearsome warrior who hops around in a snowman, yep. As one does. You have to have that little bit of levity after, you know, you've killed millions and, you know, fought huge, fearsome beasts. My friends, have you seen Tsuyu? She is nowhere to be found. Oh! What? But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yugiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? A fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think... yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as new fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No. I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. Shit, guys, this is bad. 'Twould seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. Casting. Though his face betrays little sign of panic, Hien is plainly desperate to find Yotsuyu before something terrible happens. It is midnight, so I think that is a good time, as good a time as any to probably call it quits. So yeah. So I don't know. That was a bit of a taste of where we're at in the story. I'm guessing we're probably getting close to halfway through the content from between Stormblood and Shadowbringers. So yeah, we'll jump back into this sometime this weekend. We'll see what happens.